Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. My name is Dr. Bao Li, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of BAS Research. I want to give you the insights of my personal reasons for getting into the industry and how that shaped the why of the company. One of the main reasons why I started in the cannabis industry is my son. My son was diagnosed with autism age 14 months, and as he was developing, started suffering night terrors and seizures, and it was very taxing on him and our family to see him go through this. During the journey of understanding special needs children and also autistic conditions, I ran into a information about CBD and how the right ratios of CBD, if administered safely, was able to decrease the amount of seizures and also allow my son to sleep peacefully at night. So I started the journey to research heavily into cannabinoids and CB1, CB2 receptor sites and how we could actually decrease the frequency of hypersensitivity to allow the brain to rest peacefully at night. And it was very interesting to me to find that there was something out there that could help my son that was the side effects weren't as extreme as pharmaceutical. After understanding that I could help my son with cannabis, I went out to get my medical card in California and start to visit dispensaries asking what type of ingredients, what type of ratios, what type of forms CBD could be obtained, and also THC to help my son control his night terrors at night and giving him a peaceful rest. I started to understand that the different forms of cannabis that were available were tinctures, sublinguals, pills, some sprays. But I think the biggest question that I had was how much, and for a 3-year-old boy that weighed only 32 pounds at the time, how much would the ratio be for CBD and THC? And it was very discouraging to not know the answer of how much to give my son. So doing that type of research, I just went and bought out what I could at the dispensaries, 100% CBD oil and 100% THC oil, and went home to make a formulation or a tincture that I can try on my son. As I tried different formulations of ratios of CBD THC, I did find one that did help my son fall asleep and not be too medicated to the point where he was euphoric. And I found great success to help him with a certain amount of dosage and milligrams at night before he went to sleep, and he had a really restful sleep, and the night terrors slowly went away, and also control his seizures. So this was a huge milestone for us and our family, and that was the main reason why I'm starting the journey here to share with you of why I started looking into the cannabis industry and also how I could one day safely make my own oil and also understand what techniques, what was out there at the time. I mean, I was at ground zero when I started this, and it took me a while to understand, was there an opportunity for a startup company to go out there and develop SOPs and technologies, extraction capabilities, and this is the journey that I took on to myself to learn and be self-taught and build a team under me so that I can one day make oil for my son safely. Because when I was shopping around for oil back in 2013, 2014, there was not any regulation that safely said that manufacturers of oil and products had to have pesticidal testing, microbial testing, and be safe for end users to try to medicate and find if cannabis would help them with their medical conditions. So that completes my why I started in the industry, to find a way to safely produce oils and test plant material to make tinctures and oil for my son. I would like to share how we were able to get our permit. Once you go to your local city to see if they allow you to have a cannabis type business, you would have to fill out the application. Once the application was filled out, they would provide you with the areas or zoning that they would allow cannabis businesses to look for warehouses. Then once you find your warehouse, you would make sure that has enough room to fit all your equipment. From also the most important also is figure out if there's enough power to run your equipment. So the three things that we ran into was we couldn't really find the right size warehouse to do what we wanted to do, and when we did find the right warehouse, it was very underpowered. Those were very difficult challenges, but once you are able to find the right location with the right power, you can plan accordingly and to fulfill your design build to be able to fit all of the proper equipment in sized rooms to be compliant for a Type 6 manufacturing facility. In 2013, when I started to research how to extract cannabis oils, there were a few companies that were doing it well. And the few companies that are doing it well were able to obviously make enough oil to sustain the market here in California. I think that with the new regulations in 2018 and the ability to have regulatory pesticidal standards that are going to be a huge factor in how we move forward as an industry, is very important to BAS Research. In what was the past and now what is the future is very exciting. I view it as cannabis, well, THC and CBD will become ingredients. And by becoming ingredients, you have to be able to control your source and make sure that it was in the standard of pesticidal, microbial, heavy metals, and having it being safe and reliable for other companies to utilize your ingredient to make other products. To understand how important that is, we would take that ingredient, make it into a product, and then understanding the right potencies, the right ratios, and the right quantities that different products need for different type of medical conditions and what it really does to you, without that as a definition of an ingredient from what it was from the past and what it is in the future. I think that the definition will be more clear, and also the usage will be more clear once we understand that it truly is an ingredient, and how do we maximize the understanding moving forward to be able to have a clear understanding of what this chemical really does to you. I would like to share our mission statement, which is to enhance society and heal the world with cannabis. Enhancing society through education, science, beliefs, research, data, and passion to us is very important. Healing the world with cannabis, the world has already been using cannabis way before we figure out that it can change the way you think and change the way your body reacts to cannabis. It's nothing new. But to us, to enhance society, we would need to make sure that we have safe, reliable methods to, I guess, gain the respect and trust of nutraceutical and pharmaceutical industries that this really helps people. So every single day that we're allowed to operate safely, we take the full advantage to make sure that everyone in our company understands how important our work is. And for all of our clients that utilize our products and ingredients, they also have to understand that we are doing this for the future of our children and also for the future of understanding that one day, and this is my hope, that insurance companies will be able to help people with PTSD, seizures, anxiety, depression, pain, to be able to provide the right type of financial support for people with true medical conditions with the right diagnosing to have this as an option, have cannabis as an option to treat and also help their conditions. I understand that investors are still concerned if they should invest in cannabis or not, and that's because we are cannabis or marijuana is still on the list as a Schedule One narcotic, and that's scary. But I see, in only sharing my experience in California, it's the opposite. There are so many opportunities for investors to invest into the right operators, the right permitting, the right infrastructure, because that's what it takes to be successful in this industry. You pretty much have to write your own standards and write your own SOPs so that you are compliant. There are not many operators with the right experience and the right playbooks to be successful. We were lucky to have a head start, a few years head start, to develop our own processes and operations. I've probably had over 300 plus meetings in the last 12 months, and that's with investors, new companies, existing companies, different mayors, fire marshals, police departments. Um, in California, it's insane. Every day is a new deal. Every day is a new contract. Every day is a new pitch deck, and it's exciting yet it's daunting to be careful what you do with your investment to make sure that the company you're investing into has the right operations, has the right plan, has the right design, and how people scale. I don't know how investors pick and choose, but all I know is that it's the right space to be in the right time. So I wish everyone good luck to find the right investment and find the right company. But I believe that the time is now to look into real estate, look into um, what part of that city has a niche for, whether it's cultivation, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's distribution, whether it's testing facilities, and of course dispensaries. I would look at the whole picture of the population of that city and demographics to see what is the best suit and what is the best, smartest investment. But to me, real estate and funding companies that need equipment, those two things I think are very safe, where you could buy real estate and lease it back to the companies, or to buy equipment and lease it back to companies, wherever you still protect your asset and the risk is less, but you're still helping the company get started. I believe the oil sector in this industry is very important. In the past, people were just smoking joints to get high, and that's the only way they knew how to use cannabis and marijuana. Now, with converting it from plant material to oil, we could create hundreds of different products and utilize that as a main ingredient in the form that is safer, uh, be able to test at a higher level, understand potencies, understand ratios, and then making products with the same science understanding of potencies, ratios, and lab tests that is more controlled than a plant in the plant material itself. So the oil sector to me is the future of cannabis, and how we utilize that to make products and go out and educate people about that you don't need to smoke a joint anymore to have cannabis in your bloodstream. You could use the hundreds of different products out there that have cannabis oil infused in them, or the cannabis oils themselves, to in vaporizing gel caps, tinctures, sublinguals, and sprays that are safer to me than taking plant material, grinding it up, and smoking in a paper or a pre-roll. The services we provide at BAS Research are for other clients to bring their materials in, and we extract to oils that they specify. That's a tolling service we provide. Also, we have internal bulk oil production where we sell either THC or CBD or ratios of both in a unformulated oil form to our clients. Some clients also provide formulations for us to replicate, and we provide those services also at either a bulk oil quantity or individual quantity. We also provide other services such as fulfillment and production, where we help other vape pen companies fill, package, and label out to market. We've helped cream companies, syringe companies, tinctures, sublinguals, and we do a small scale of edible production. Here at BAS Research, we develop our own gold standard where, from start to finish, we feel that we have done the best we can to make sure that our products will represent our licensure and being able to provide safe and reliable products to our clients that depend on us for such. We spend a lot of money and time on creating our facility, design, technology, staff, training, operations, where we feel that our gold standard is the highest level that we can produce and safely maintain our standards to the best, highest quality. The few steps I could recommend for designing and building a lab would be: one, understanding how much space you need as you designed each room to suit every single department is needed to facilitate your supply chain. That's one. Secondly, understanding that you need enough space for operators to grow into and safely have enough room for them to operate and not bump into each other. Three, I would call it, the most important part is understanding your scale. You may have a great idea of what you want to do, but you'll find out pretty soon that you've miscalculated maybe the room size to be able to accommodate both equipment and operator. We ran into a few of these issues, and we are learning from these how to accommodate when you want to add more equipment to be able to sustain your operations when you don't have enough room for operators to actually work in. So I think the rule of thumb is to try to find a balance between when you're looking for your facility to grow into or design, is to really get a consultant that understands how big is every single hallway and how big you need to actually have the equipment, your crucial equipment inside your facility to run your operations. And the most important to me also is to figure out how to make it safe and also compliant to building codes and fire codes and OSHA. So overall, I recommend you either call a consultant or someone that already has the experience of building labs, and also someone that has experience running the lab. So those are the things that I would look into before I would look for space or understand what it would take to design a full state-of-the-art lab for cannabis. I feel that we have a big responsibility of how we represent cannabis in the industry now as a whole. There are a lot of brand ambassadors and social influencers are now hitting using social media to represent cannabis, and my hope is that the message that we have here in our mission statement is healing the world with cannabis will resonate to a lot of the brands that we help. We help brands to understand dosing, formulation, um, milligrams of what is safe and what is not per serving, and that's huge to be able to help influence brands that are trying to be compliant with state regulations, whether in California or not. Ingredients, per serving, dosing, education about not to overdose with cannabis is the future of what we do in cannabis. Influencing people to may use it recreationally, you just got to do it responsibly. And at BAS Research, we hope that when we do um, educate and help other brands be smart about how much they use and what they put it in, we're doing our part. And our mission statement of healing the world um, is what we believe in every single day, and we try to uh, share that message with everyone that we talk to or we come across. We're very appreciative that our clients support us. By supporting us, they put our BS Infused sticker on their packaging for their products. The BS Infused sticker represents that we have safe and reliable oils that are compliant, and they would like us to help them also be in compliance with the state and also with packaging and labeling. So I would like to also thank all of our clients out there that are supporting our BAS Infused brand. I feel that this is just the beginning of many, many, many products and brands to come up with great ideas, great opportunities for investors to invest in, great operators to look into how to make cannabis safe. We would like to be an integral part of that by creating the BS Infused standard as an ingredient company. So when you see our BS Infused sticker on products, you know that it's safe cannabis oil. And we strive every day to help other partners and help other states and help other brands to see how we can help bring BS research to different states and different to help different companies with our standard and our technology. So we feel that we are very fortunate to be in a great place where we could help many, many facets of the industry understand and how our BS Infused logo, um, for us, we would like to be it as the standard of safe oil. And how do we get across the message that there should be a standardization for people to feel safe that everything that we do every day is for their best interest and for the cannabis industry. Currently, BAS Research is fundraising and we're raising a Series A round. The purpose of the raise is for expansion. We're at full capacity and need to open a second facility to meet the demand. If you are interested in investing into BAS, please contact us at investor@basresearch.com. On behalf of BAS Research and our family, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Cannabis Investment Summit 2018 for this opportunity to share our journey, talk about what we do, and what's in our future. Please send all inquiries to info@basresearch.com and have a great day.